Good morning, namaste. Yes, I have been asked by a few to give the layers and levels of consciousness that Kundalini traverses, aka known as the chakras. So I thought I would give a little talk on that today. And then I would preface this with about Kali and Kundalini, and then go forward to talk about what is the purpose of Kundalini, and then the levels and the layers of consciousness that one has to go through. So all of these are, again, from my book. Much easier to have it on hand if you really want to be a serious student of the path. It's always nice to have where you can have it hard copy, where you can go through it and read for yourself and spend time with it. Okay, so again, you can always get the book on Amazon. It's not expensive. There are usually used copies floating around somewhere. So again, pretty easy to get a hold of. Let me see if I can get some light here. So this is on Kali and Kundalini. So Kali is very interesting. Okay, Kali proceeded from Durga to fight the last and most powerful of the demons. So just what was this demon that was being fought? What is the greatest and most powerful of all the demonic entities? Ego. That's it. Ego. Okay. So you see, it's ego and mind which bring the delusion of Maya. And it keeps one seemingly bound in karma, and is within the destruction or implosion of ego that liberation is won. Therefore, Kali is seen wearing the skulls and the limbs of mind and body, and chopping off the head of ego. She wears the skulls, and the number of the skulls are the number of the Sanskrit alphabet. Words bring concept and vibration and form into being. Within the silence of stilled mind, they are torn asunder, and the great darkness that is traversed is the ego, the mother of the universe, and in utter submission, the mother liberates, and the dream is known for what it is. So at that point, that dream is broken, and then one is awakened out of the dream state of the illusion of Maya. Now again, Kali can keep one in other illusion, delusion, ongoing, the play of Maya, okay, and can bring you a lot of different experiences in Maya, but it's still illusion and delusion until you finally get to the point of being done with that and ready to cut the head of ego. Only then can one gain moksha, liberation, okay? So let's go forward from this point, and I'll read what I have written on what is the purpose of Kundalini. Kundalini is a concentrated moving energy. It moves through the mental, emotional, physical, and causal bodies. This energy, or moving conscious awareness, travels through the body systems and activates all the cellular memories, all of the conscious and unconscious held beliefs and knowledge. Once begun, it travels through the bodily system and the 7 layers of conscious awareness, bringing to consciousness directly through symbolism, feeling, thoughts, everything that's been perceived, stuffed, held, or believed for review and discrimination. And this is why I call it the rotor-rooter of consciousness, because everything that one has experienced in the numerous lives that one has gone through are brought up, whether it's through symbolism or whether it's through other means. One has to traverse all of these different realms. Okay. It is a process of being able to see all the causal avenues and to clear them. Once more going back to what is termed original mind or clarity or self-realization, aka the enlightened state of being. Now this is why I have a problem with people that say they're enlightened, but they're not talking about enlightenment, aka realization. They're talking about being enlightened into this, I'm enlightened into that, I've been enlightened with this. You know, when I say enlightenment, I don't mean some lower status. I'm talking about realization, okay? I'm talking about being liberated, moksha, having that gyan, having that wisdom, having traveled the whole of the path, okay? So when I say enlightened, that's what I'm talking about, okay? In seeing and confronting directly the causal conditionings that create ego identity and bondage, they lose their hold and are transcended. You can't transcend something if you can't see it, okay? First, you have to be cognizant of what is going on, okay? And then as one goes, one breaks through the delusion of that, the illusion of it, and sees to the other side and breaks free of that hold of karmic happenings, etc. Okay. Within the last step of being, drawn into source or nirvikalpa samadhi, they are in essence shattered and no longer valid to your experience. This is why there is so much bodily activity and pain due to the opening of cellular memory. It, of course, will pass, as do all things. But what is important is not to focus on attempting to move more energy from blockages, but to relax and be able to diffuse it by understanding it. Then the blockages are open and transcended. So again, some people think, oh, I've got this blockage, I've got to push through, I've got to push more power, I've got to focus on it, I've got to, rather than do that, one has to sit back and observe and be able to break through it by seeing the illusion of it. Okay? You don't want to push more energy into a place where you're having a very difficult transition, because all you do is manufacture more of the same. Okay? I guarantee at that point you've got plenty of energy in there. What you want to do is be able to come to the other side of it, to be released from that, rather than putting more energy in it and having more and more and more drama associated with it. Okay. So once Kundalini is activated, what is needed is to relax and learn to walk the middle path of balance. Okay. The Kundalini will move of its own accord. Your mission is to simply see what is rising and to continue to diffuse it by understanding and by surrender. Okay. You can't fight it. You can't push through it. You have to surrender into the experience and see it for what it is and what it's not. Okay. Kundalini is not positive or negative within itself. Okay. It is a neutral or sattvic in nature. Okay, it's neutral and sattvic in nature. It's your attention that puts the spin on it, that it's either really positive or it's really negative. Okay, that's your take. That's the mental spin that one puts on the journey. Okay, it is your attention that perceives it as positive or negative. Okay, once again, Kundalini is a process of bringing up all the cellular memories of self and the evolutionary mind of mankind to be dealt with and walked through. So again, one not only has your own drama to go through, you have the evolutionary drama of mankind, mass mind, that one has to go through as well. Okay, you've got your take, your spin on it, and then also you've got mass mind that one has to proceed through. It takes you through the 7 levels, realms, or layers of consciousness, or if you want to say the different chakras. I don't prefer to say chakras because while you're going through it, you may feel it resonating, you know, whether it's the Muladhara, the Svadhisthana, or the Ajna, or it doesn't matter which one. And you can do many different ones at one time. It's not just you do one and then you go to the next layer and then you go to the next layer. It doesn't work that way. Okay, you can be bouncing back and forth between different layers and realms and cognitions, you know, at a time. You don't just go from one, the Muladhara, and then you go to the, you know, Svadhisthana, and then you go, you know, it's not that way. Okay. So it takes you through the 7 layers, the levels, the realms, the layers of consciousness to walk through every paranoia, fear, illusion, play, egoic ideation, conditioned response, and concept that you have ever held or encountered. Once begun, it cannot be closed. And this is why it's imperative to have a Kundalini completed teacher. Why it's imperative to have a Kundalini completed teacher that accepts the responsibility of helping you to completion. This is why the devotee-guru relationship is indispensable. The guru not only guides the sadhaka, but by their presence, but also helps to balance and accelerate their growth. This has inspired this book because there are so many lost within the midst of Kundalini awakenings. To wander through it alone can be truly attempting to navigate a hell realm and maze that can keep circling endlessly. What I offer is a way through the maze and realms to liberation instead of madness. Okay. So I'm going to take a quick break here, answer my phone call, and come back and do the next part. Okay. Thank you. Namaste.